Although I cannot write these words, and the time has come to part, your stories will always remain, as will your valiant hearts.
War and video games have a weird relationship. While taking place in a fictional setting, the hero you play will have a kill count in the high thousands by the end of the game, have faceless, non-integral characters dying left and right, and always present the enemy in a dastardly way, regardless of whatever predictable plot twist the game tries to throw your way. Valiant Hearts changes things by presenting war as the enemy, and the friendships formed, sacrifices made, as well as the harsh realities that people face during that time, with beautiful art and an emotionally powerful but short story. Valiant Hearts: The Great War is an action puzzle video game that presents a fictional story set during the time of the Great War or World War I. You control 4 characters over the course of the story. Emile, a French farmer who was forced into the war days after it was declared. Carl, Emile's son-in-law who was forced to leave his wife and son behind by being forced into the German army. Freddie, an American soldier seeking revenge for a personal tragedy. And last but not least, Anna, a Belgian nurse seeking her missing father, healing as many soldiers along the way. Their intertwined stories take you through an emotional roller coaster that has you cheering for them in one moment and leaving you in awe at the tragedies they face. You'll be assisting innocent civilians by clearing out paths through their bomb-shattered homes. You'll try to save injured soldiers through suicidal missions and obtain items to heal soldiers in the front lines. There are a few moments in the game, especially in the second half, where even the most cold-hearted among us will have a lump in their throat and wonder what's that mysterious liquid forming in their eyes. Hearing this, you'd think that this will be the most depressing game of all time, but Ubisoft Montpellier strikes the right balance of hope, despair, and entertainment, supported by the art, music, and the levels that break the norm, like the car chases set to classical music pieces like the Hungarian Dance No. 5 and Offenbach's Can Can. The same engine that is used by the recent Rayman games and Child of Light is used here, and it presents a beautifully told story that feels like a motion graphic novel. The score is as beautiful as the game's art, with a soundtrack that supports the emotional weight that the characters are going through. For a game set during the most bloodiest battles in human history, you actually don't deliver many yourself. During the game's 6-hour side-scrolling campaign, at most you'll sock a soldier in the back of the head, dodge incoming missiles, and shoot artillery fire when the game demands it. When the game slows down, the emphasis revolves around the brutality of war and how it affects you and humanity itself through each puzzle section. The game plays a lot like a point-and-click adventure game, especially on the mobile devices, where you interact with objects like levers or switches to open doors, lift objects, or activate a sequence of events that clear your path. Most of the time, you'll be accompanied by Walt, a Doberman Pinscher who assists you in grabbing hard-to-reach items, bark at interactable objects, and provide a lighter atmosphere among the bleak realities of war by praising you when you finally clear your path, and you can return the favor by patting him on his head for a good job. The puzzles you encounter are not necessarily difficult, but if you are stuck, hints will appear over time guiding you to what you need to do to continue along with the story. Since the game was inspired by correspondences, medals, and photos collected by members of the game's production team, the game's collectibles provide us with an inside look of real historical events and sites. The story told within the game is fictional, but for those looking for the authenticity of the project, the locales, events, and items presented, like the Mark I tanks, the use of chlorine gas, and the Battle of the Somme, are definitely true to history, to the point where the game garnered the endorsement of the Mission Centenaire 1418, which is the French commission in charge of the First World War commemorative program and highlights the most innovative World War I related projects. Valiant Hearts is a beautiful and unique game. The story may be short and the puzzles may be on the easy side, but its beauty lies in its art, its music, and the individual experiences shared in its story that show how the grand scheme of things can affect those even with the most simplest of lives. Do yourself a favor and play this game at any cost.